judges, if you're at a hearing for basically anything, if you tell a judge, I need a continuance of 30 days, it's like your first time request for a continuance to gather evidence and put it into the record. If you need that, there is not a judge in the entire United States that's not going to honor that request. It's basically a given. If you need to get evidence, if someone's accusing you of something, and basically they took it to court on an expedited basis, and you just say, Your Honor, I have evidence that will prove this is a lie. And you already indicated to the judge what that evidence is and how you will obtain it and how it won't take that long. There is no judge within reason that is going to turn down, that is going to say, no, you cannot bring any evidence into the courtroom. I mean, nobody but a corrupt judge does that. And to my shock, that's what she did. She said, no, you may not. No, I cannot have a small one-time extension of time in order to get evidence to prove that I'm not committing a crime of criminal harassment against somebody. I mean, it was taken to court on a quote-unquote civil basis, but it shows up looking like crime when someone makes that kind of a claim. And if I have evidence to prove that she's lying, then I have a right to take that to court. No judge should be administrating the law and just say, oh yeah, you can appeal it if you want to down the road. Judges are allowed to make errors and bad decisions within the scope of their duties. They're not allowed to perpetuate and further crime and to deliberately obstruct justice, which is what she did. And then that entire year that I had to supposedly appeal that, I was being tortured. And then I was drugged with Haldol when I was in Tennessee. All of this is very connected. It's interconnected. And I kind of skipped ahead to give a preview of what happened next after I was told by Washington State to put myself in a life-threatening situation. I lost my singing voice because of it. And that wasn't all. I just, wanted to give the heads up that when I get into this little restraining order thing that Michelle Erickson took out on me later down the road, I needed to get in the idea into your mind that to remember that when I was being forced into Seattle with no protection and into a dangerous position, there were interested parties aside from Michelle Erickson that were involved. So that was what I was told. I was told by CPS, put yourself in danger or lose your son. Which one? You choose. You lose your son, or you put yourself in danger and lose your singing voice and get tortured. Which one can you? Because the state of Washington is not going to allow you to leave this state unscathed. And you're also not going to leave this state with your son. But we'll let you think that maybe you have a chance of getting your son back if you just go to this psychological appointment that we've stalled on for a year and a half. So if Judge Nakata liked Alvaro Pardo, maybe she didn't like the fact that I told him to leave. And maybe, I mean, maybe she's just pretending, too. She could have been working both sides of the fence, so they say. There is no reason why Michelle Erickson would, if someone else was behind it, if somebody else failed to put the travel arrangements together and it was someone besides Michelle, why has she not come forward to authorities about that? Because she was telling me at one point, if you think I'm bad, there are people who are above me that are much, much worse. That are basically, what she was saying is, if you think that I'm not on your side, you have no idea how bad it is for you. With others who were basically, she was saying, her supervisors. So if she's willing to say that to me and try to tell me that she's really not as bad as her bosses are, then how come we haven't how come we haven't seen Michelle Erickson in the FBI offices lately? Making a report about crimes against me and my son.